Coming up now on Animal Outtakes.
And our ultimate goal is conservation. There's a lot of problems going on out there in our oceans. So we want people to fall in love with these animals and protect their natural habitat.
How these dolphins are getting a second chance. You won't find your prince by kissing this toad. Instead, you might get a trip to the emergency room.
What happens is it'll do this number here.
Woo.
They have enough poison in there they can actually kill a crocodile.
And we take a look at another protector breed and why the pit bull can make a great family dog. This and much more straight ahead on Animal Outtakes. Hello and welcome to Animal Outtakes. I'm Marcia Panucci and this is my best friend Zeus. They are found in nearly every sea and every ocean in the world, and if you spot one, they are believed to bring you good luck. Dolphins are intelligent mammals, and for some of the dolphins we recently met, they might just say they ran into a bit of luck of their own.
The best part of my job is I get to interact with these awesome animals. Dolphin Research Center it's a magical place. Our natural habitat is pretty unique. We're in the fabulous Florida Keys, so the dolphins are enjoying the Gulf of Mexico here. And it's really great. It provides a lot of natural enrichment. There's live fish in their lagoons. They find crabs and different things to play with. So it's a really natural environment, great for their skin, great for their immune system. They really seem to enjoy it. Dolphins, of course, I'm sure you've heard, are very, very smart. They're really fun and playful animals. Most people comment on the fact that it looks like they're always smiling. Good. Can you show your teeth? Oh, beautiful. These dolphins here all have their own unique dolphinalities, just like we have our own unique personalities. So I could tell you a different story about each one and just how unique they are. And we like to celebrate that and encourage that here at Dolphin Research Center. I thought, yeah. Good job, Summer. No smooches? Mwah. Yeah. So this is Summer. Summer is estimated to be about 4 years old, and she was actually found stranded on Reddington Beach on 4th of July in 2014. Summer was extremely sick and emaciated. She was rescued by Clearwater Marine Aquarium and required 24-hour-a-day care for quite a while. So Summer was deemed non-releasable, so she came here to live at Dolphin Research Center. We have had spotted dolphins here in the past, which is what Summer is. So she's different from the rest of the bottlenose dolphins here. Full grown, she'll be about 200 to 250 pounds, and be much significantly smaller than these guys. Sticking his tongue out at you. Good boy, Louie. Let's get a shot of these two diving together. One of our largest and one of our smallest.
And that was Summer, right?
Yeah, that's Molly and Summer. They are great buddies. Molly's kind of Summer's adopted mother. So this is Molly. Molly is the oldest dolphin at Dolphin Research Center currently. She's in her mid-50s, and she very well could be the oldest dolphin in human care currently. On average, bottlenose dolphins are about 400 to 600 pounds when they're fully grown, and they can live about 25 to 30 years. Molly was at a facility where a man illegally released dolphins into the wild. The government actually came in, rescued the two dolphins that had been released. They were in very poor shape, and actually decided that Molly needed to come and live at Dolphin Research Center for the rest of her life. So Molly is estimated to be in her mid-50s, probably about 56. But only you know for sure, right, Molly? Yeah, only you know for sure. Without places like Dolphin Research Center and other accredited facilities helping out, Summer, really wouldn't have had a chance of survival. So it is important that facilities exist and can not only educate the public but participate in rescue and rehab.
Education, conservation, and research is the mission of the staff at the Dolphin Research Center. And whether you're an adult or a kid, they offer classes and camps to continue your learning about this lucky charm. It's an invasive species here in the United States, and its population is hopping to new heights. With no natural enemies, this toad is a real pest.
So today we're looking for southern toads. They're all over Florida. Sometimes you got to dig up. During the day and the night they'll dig into little areas like this. See how it's open like that? They'll tuck in and they'll hide under it, and then at night they'll come out to hunt. So if you dig around a little bit sometimes and move stuff around, here we go. Here he is. He was nestled up right in here in a nice little moist spot right there. This is a little southern toad of Florida. Isn't it cute?
He is a real little guy, but you have others that you can show us.
I do. This is the Bufo moranis, otherwise known as the cane toad.
Oh my goodness.
Now she's a real pretty girl. I like her a lot. She has no intention of harming me or doing anything. They don't bite. They're not a mean animal. They will consume and eat this toad.
Oh, well.
This is an invasive species to Florida, as with Australia and every other place. So what happens is they breed by the millions every year here.
Oh my.
And they're like an unstoppable creature. Now these are toxic to dogs. They can kill a dog or a small child if it's consumed. So the venom glands are the same. They sit behind the neck just like that toad. We'll lean them down, you see the head different versus eyes. But see how large the glands are?
Oh my goodness.
So
Gigantic.
when a predator bites down on this animal, it starts to secrete. As she starts to feel touching right here, she'll start to secrete little bits at a time. And then when the dog bites, then it secretes into the mouth and they consume it, and they can generally die without treatment. If you catch it right away and get to the vet, you're okay.
Just in your hands, she's adorable.
Yeah, she's a cutie. This is the one they modeled in Harry Potter.
Oh. And what is her life expectancy?
She can live 5 to 6 years as a female. Males generally, like I said, 1 to 5 usually. But they can live almost 6 years. These guys in captivity, we've had them live a very long time, especially if they're healthy, not under a lot of stress or eaten by something else. When the dog bites on this, if you're watching, what happens is it'll do this number here.
Woo!
Do you see it? Now this stuff here gets in the animal's mouth.
And that's
what makes them sick.
Is that venomous?
This is the venom, yep. We can't absorb it into our skin, but in our mouth, in our eyes, we can take it in anything sensitive like that. But you can see how far it kind of will go when it has to go. They have enough poison in there, they can actually kill a crocodile if it eats it.
Oh my goodness.
So
Troy, you told us that this was a cane toad.
Correct.
And it is invasive. So how did it get here? And why is it still here?
Well, they're hard to eradicate. They can produce, 40,000 eggs per animal,
goodness.
and if you have an acre, you could have 5-6 million of them on 1 acre. So 40,000 a frog is going to be a lot of animals to eradicate. There's a lot of different theories on how they got here. One of the things that I've heard commonly is they were brought in sometime back in the 40s during the tree farming in South Florida, and they thought they were going to use them as a form of pest control.
Oh.
All right, now I can't say this is a fact, but it's one of the things we've heard. And what happened was they released them there, which is great, but when they did that, they ate everything. They were eating small birds, they were eating lizards, frogs, and other small little ducklings and things that they were able to consume, which was wiping out everything in the ecosystem there, which kind of backfired on what they wanted to do.
They lay this unbelievable amount of eggs.
Yes.
And how long does it take for the gestation of those eggs?
2 to 3 days.
Oh,
and you've got tadpoles everywhere, and then within a week or two, you've got frogs everywhere.
Oh my goodness.
Everywhere, like grains of sand everywhere.
Well, you certainly are a curious little character, aren't you?
Yeah, she's a beauty. Beautiful eyes, too.
The cane toad is one of the biggest toads in the world and has a big appetite, eating almost anything that is put in front of them. When you talk about illegal fighting rings, this is the species of dogs that you will likely think of, the pit bull. They've gotten a bad rap, but one brawl they are still struggling to win, their reputation. Every dog deserves a lifelong loving home. Dante's Den provides a pristine, comfortable haven for dogs that have been abandoned or surrendered by their owners. Every pup in our Joyful Dogs adoption program receives lots of love and attention, is properly immunized, spayed or neutered, and is in good health. Find your new furry best friend at Dante's Den. For more information, go to dantesden.org or call 844-DANTES Den.
People have asked me what it'll cost to restore all the corals back the way they remember. But I have to ask them, what will it cost if we don't do anything?
Many active duty servicemen and women face a dilemma as they prepare for deployment. Who will look after their canine companion until they return? Dante's Den provides temporary boarding for their dogs as they serve. We honor the trust placed in us by members of the armed forces by giving their furry friends loving care, spacious dens, on-site veterinary care, and plenty of room to run and play. For more information, go to dantesden.org or call 844-DANTES-DEN.
The crested caracara is listed in Florida as threatened. Their numbers have declined due to many factors, including illegal hunting. Help support efforts to eliminate the threat of illegal hunting, not just for birds of prey such as the caracara, but for all wildlife. Always alert authorities if you see people hunting illegally, or if you see wildlife parts such as feathers being sold illegally.
Welcome back. Well, Zeus, this is another good friend of yours. Another breed of dog that is considered a protector. A dog that is extremely devoted to their family.
This is Sunny, and she's a American Pit Bull, and she's approximately 4 years old. She's full of energy, and she just wants to love and lick. That's her mission in life. They're rambunctious. They like to wrestle. They're vocal. They like to when they play. They're very vocal. People misconstrue that as aggression when they're playing, and it's just them talking. The Pit Bull is a fantastic, and people are going to think I'm crazy. They're a fantastic family dog. A lot of people are going to say you're crazy. Pit Bulls are loyal to their owners and to their pack till death do you part. They are fantastically loyal. When you raise a Pit Bull, you basically are raising it for the duration of your family's, his or her life. They get a bad rap. Pit Bulls get a bad rap, and it's strictly from the media purposes. Anytime you hear of a dog attack, it's always a Pit Bull, always a Pit Bull. The reason for that, there's plenty of dog attacks that aren't Pit Bulls, but the Pit Bull gets the bad rap because of all the dog fighting rings and things like that. Anytime there's an animal dog busting thing, it involves Pit Bulls. The media has strung them out to make them the bad guy, and they're a great breed. It all stems from how you raise them. Any dog can be raised to be mean and bite and things like that. A Pit Bull was raised as a herding dog, working dog, to bite and hold. That's what they do. They bite and they hold. And they bit the animal and held on to the animal until their master could come and finish the job. They strictly got a bad rap for biting kids and people and things like that because they were raised wrong. If you look at every Pit Bull attack, there's an issue in how they were raised at the house. Wrongfully trained, probably. Not trained at all, good bet. Just let them run around the yard in protecting mode, and they'll do that instinctively. In a perimeter fence, they'll run around the yard and protect it. If they get out, and they don't have any training, good luck. But they're a fantastic dog, given the right structure. A lap dog. Sonny will lick you to death. I don't care what anybody says about their breed. It's a misnomer. They're not what they're perceived to be. It's the exact opposite, actually. They're a wonderful, wonderful breed of a dog.
There are a lot of myths out there about this breed. Like any dog, training is the key to a happy and healthy partnership. Right, Zeus? Here's an interesting fact. Pit bulls do not have locking jaws, contrary to those rumors out there. A pit bull's jaws are no different from any other breed. An extremely intelligent bird known for their flying, but do they make good pets? We'll learn more about the pigeon next.
Here we go. We're gonna go out there in the rain. You're gonna get wet. All right, here we go. Okay, quick. Oh yeah, yes. So much fun. Mwah. We're getting so wet.
If you're over the age of 50 and considering buying an annuity in the next 60 days, I have some important news for you. Don't buy an annuity until you understand the pros and cons of annuities. A free book to help you maximize your retirement income from television host and three-time author Josh Melberg has been released. This book reveals little-known truths about annuity strategies in simple-to-understand terms. Grab a pen right now because we are about to offer you this free book that unlocks the 5 little-known secrets we believe baby boomers and seniors should know before buying an annuity. Call 800-307-2040 now and you'll receive a free copy of Josh Melberg's book, Next Gen Annuity Strategies Revealed. As a bonus, we'll also send you the #1 mistakes retirees are making with their investments today, and a free DVD on how you can get up to 33% more income in retirement. Call 800-307-2040 to have your free information kit rushed to your door. Again, that's 800-307-2040.
The first bird ever to be domesticated was in fact a species of pigeon, and they can be found nearly everywhere on Earth. But before you go flocking to own one as a pet, they do have special requirements. Well, Dr. Don, this is somebody that we all recognize. This is a pigeon.
Yes.
But it's a very special pigeon, correct?
This one is called a classic old lace. There are over 300 different kinds of pigeons out there, and many of these are sporting breeds, just meant to look good and to just entertain. And they're quiet, and they live around 7 years or so, so they're not overly long-lived. They're very inexpensive to keep, and they're inexpensive to buy. And they range in size from the Aztec dove, which is about the size of a canary, to a pigeon called a giant runt, which is around 3 pounds. How'd you like to have that poop in your car?
Oh, my goodness.
Come on, 3-pound pigeon. Yeah. That's a pigeon. Anyhow.
But the pigeons are really known for their prowess in flying and long distances.
Well, there are not only flying distances, but also finding their way home. This is a white cornu. It was a homing pigeon, and it was from Sarasota, well, from a dove release place, which is actually a pigeon release place. They go around at different weddings and stuff. And this one came home and wound up losing an eye, had an eye injury. So, come here, you. You're okay. And she hangs out now in a pigeon loft and just spend the rest of her days just being retired and relaxing.
Now, what is it that they have this inherent ability to fly long distances and then turn around and come home?
No one knows exactly 100% why. There are some bones in their inner ear that have iron in them. They say they can, using the Earth's magnetic field, find their way from thousands of miles. No kidding. Which is better than saying witchcraft. But they also have excellent eyesight, and they say on a clear day they can see around 70 miles.
Oh my.
A sprint, a short race for a racing pigeon is about 50 miles. Average is 100 or even more. 500-mile races are not uncommon, and some people take it real serious, and there are races that have over $1 million purse. First 300 across the finish line win prizes. They have microchips that are stuck in little leg bands. So when they come across the finish line, they know by the millisecond when that pigeon came across and which pigeon it was. Amazing. Like this person goes all around Sarasota County, whatever, their pigeons released, they fly home. Sometimes they don't, but most of the time they do. So they have different colors, different body shapes. Some are frizzly, some of them like tumble and such. They live in, like chickens live in a coop, they live in a loft. So they're not the great indoor pet like a cockatiel or something like that. But if you have, even if you live in a city, if you're allowed to have a pigeon loft on your roof, and many of them do,
Yes.
and you're allowed to have that. They're clean, they're inexpensive. There's complete and balanced ration pelleted foods out there. Purina makes a marvelous one. They can tolerate temperature extremes. They can live in Chicago. They can live in Florida. The only thing they don't like is damp. So when they're in the wild, they often have a roost like under a bridge, someplace where it's going to be dry. You know, in a loft somewhere where it's nice and dry. And they can take the rainy season, and they can take the bitter cold of Chicago. It's adaptable and marvelous animals. Hundreds of different kinds of them, different colors.
The homing pigeon is a domesticated pigeon that can be released sometimes thousands of miles away from their home. And surprisingly, they find their way back, used during the war to send messages. Now these pigeons use their homing skills to race. We'll be right back.
Credit card debt can ruin your life. If you owe $10,000 and minimum payments are siphoning away your paycheck each month, you can get debt-free in less time than you think.
I've paid $800 a month for the past 3 years and haven't changed the balance on my credit card.
Get debt-free now has a program to reduce your debt, stop the harassing phone calls, avoid financial ruin, and settle for less than you owe.
I feel like a huge weight has been lifted off my shoulders.
You're pre-approved for our special hardship program if you owe $10,000 or more. Upon payment of your new lower balance, your debt will finally shrink until you are debt-free.
My family no longer has 30 years of payments ahead of us at 20% interest.
There's no fees until you see results. So call now, make one monthly program payment, and free up your cash. Resolve your debt.
Call 800-685-6422, 800-685-6422.
Attention Medicare beneficiaries. Medicare's annual election period has begun. If you already have Medicare, new benefits may now be available with no copays, no deductibles, or $0 premiums. Call now to speak to a licensed insurance agent who can help guide you step by step through a free analysis of the benefits available to you. And you may be eligible for plans that even include additional coverage for dental, vision, and prescription drugs. MedicareAdvantage.com searches thousands of insurance plans from leading insurance companies. We'll help you find plans that may cost you less, cover more benefits, and give you more choices, like home delivery of your prescriptions, gym memberships, and even over-the-counter allowances for everyday needs, like antacid, allergy medicine, vitamins, and even toothpaste. Don't miss the deadline to enroll. It's time to get more out of Medicare.
Call 800-579-3380. That's 800-579-3380. 800-579-3380. Call now.
Thank you for staying with us. Here's Dr. Benson, and he's going to be working with Dr. Alan Glassman to tell us some very important medical facts. This is Sugar, and Sugar is a very young min pin, and she's going to work with Dr. Glassman, who's going to show us how to do some very simple things like checking their teeth, getting the teeth brushed, getting kisses, and filing the nails. So let's go.
Okay, this is something I try to remember to do, especially when somebody brings a new puppy in to the office for exams and vaccines, because it's so easy to train a puppy if you just do some basic things. And I would also recommend most people, if they have never had experience really training a dog, basic dog training, there's lots of places, even PetSmart, Petco, private trainers, dog clubs in your area, and classes are not expensive, usually 6 or 8 weeks, once or twice a week, and you learn so much, and you will have such a healthier, happier relationship together when they learn basic training. So if Sugar was a puppy, I would tell the people, first thing you need to do is every day just use your fingers and just start with lifting the lips, and just even with your fingers rub the teeth and the gums for 5 or 10 seconds all around. So they get used to your hands in their mouth. And for some people who really want to brush their teeth, I don't do it, but I tell them they should. It's easy, 5-10 seconds every day, and then of course pet them and say, oh, nice Sugar, you did fine. So they know it's positive reinforcement, it doesn't hurt. One day Sugar's going to get sick and she's going to need pills shoved down her throat 2-3 times a day for maybe 1-2 weeks, whatever. So when they get sick, they need to take pills. It'll be much better for that. So in addition to brushing their teeth every day, on a puppy, I tell people try maybe a couple times a week. Just take a little fake emery board, like this is, an emery board nail file, and just for a couple seconds, stroke every single nail on every single foot. Sugar, yeah, see, it's easy. And do every foot just for a few seconds. Do that maybe twice a week. And then also, I like for ear cleaning, take a couple drops of baby oil or mineral oil is easy, and then just put a couple drops literally right in the ear, and then a cotton ball, and just twist the cotton ball as far as you can go. You can't hurt the pet with, not Q-tips could hurt. Just use cotton balls. You can't do anything wrong with a cotton ball. And to train them. So I like to tell every day, do their teeth for 5-10 seconds, and then of course you pet them and say they did a great job. A couple times a week, do their feet and do their ears. Otherwise, you'll have a pet you can't do basic things with, and a dog this size might take 4 people literally to hold them down just to trim their nails in the office. And they get crazy and they're upset. Oh, the other thing I want to say, when the pet gets nervous or scared and tries to struggle, don't let them get away, because if they struggle and whine and you let them go, they have won and they're in control. So even if it takes 5 minutes of you holding them, saying, no, you stay, you're going to sit while we do this, they finally are going to go, okay, I submit, you're the boss, do what you have to do, and then they realize very quickly this doesn't hurt and it's actually fun because you're touching them and you're petting them.
Now, when you're doing these very basic things, of course, Sugar is fine, and I've got my arm around her, and of course we're kissing here, but what is the proper way to hold the dog for the work that you've been talking about?
This is fine. I mean, probably, that's a good point. It probably will take 2 people at first to work with and train a puppy, or even an adult dog that's never been worked with, just to gently hold. And be careful. If it's, you know, an adult dog that's not used to it, they could get aggressive. They could try to snap or bite. But just gentle holding is fine. I don't think there's anything specific that has to be done.
And basic kissing?
Mm-hmm, sure. Okay. I don't lick. I don't do tongues.
But basic kissing, that's the best. We hope you had fun and learned a thing or two along the way. Zeus and I will be back here again next week with even more animals and some wild adventures. Until then, thanks for watching.
So I'm going to go ahead
hanging on to him. Well, Troy, every time you and I do work together, it just seems like the pets you bring just kind of
there you go. He's talking.
Pee on me. Now, you're not...
Yeah, you had the Gatorade in one episode.
Yes. So I must have this touch.
That's good. Gentle, they feel relaxed.
Yeah.
Do you have type 2 diabetes, which requires daily blood monitoring? If you have diabetes, are you on Medicare, Obamacare, or other health insurance? If you answered yes, you may be eligible for diabetic testing supplies at little to no out-of-pocket cost to you. Our accredited staff will handle all of your paperwork for free. And best of all, your diabetic testing supplies are shipped directly to your home for free. Call now to see if you qualify for a meter upgrade and a free pedometer to monitor your daily walking. Use alternate testing sites, a smaller blood sample, and even hear your results out loud. Will you qualify for diabetic testing supplies and an upgraded meter covered by Medicare, Obamacare, or health insurance at little to no out-of-pocket cost to you?
Find out for free by calling the Diabetes Resource Center at 1-800-394-1098. That's 1-800-394-1098, 1-800-394-1098.
Enjoy some of the best Suncoast restaurants on me. Just go to mysuncoast.com/dining, sign up for the newsletter if you haven't already, and you can win a $50 gift card to a restaurant in our area. We'll pick a winner each week, so go on our website and sign up now.
Check out mysuncoast.com/dining, your guide to the foodie lifestyle. When severe weather strikes, trust ABC7 First Alert Weather. We're here for you.